So, I want to make sort of my last video on Tommy today because, quite frankly, he's an idiot. And I've done two videos. One, which is basically to say, hey guys, look, the problem isn't Islam itself, the problem is extremists. And the problem is, it's extremists on both sides that are pushing this narrative. The second video I did was the fact that doesn't matter about what you seem to say, people seem to think that he is some sort of hero. And this brings me on to fucking Dave Cullen again. Because, I'm sorry Dave, Tommy is not this hero at all. What he is doing is, as I have said from the very beginning, he is trying to induce fear and basically hatred of one type of people. This is what we call politics of the other. When you succeed in politics of the other, performing violence against the other is perfectly acceptable by the ideology of whoever is pushing it. We've seen this time and time again throughout history. You know, the most obvious is, you know, the Nazis and the Jews, or better put, shall we say, the propaganda that had been put out against Jews for years, since the Middle Ages. So, this is what I and others have certainly should be concerned about. Where does this go? Because you look at what happened after the Rotherham incident. Mass increase, 340% increase in violent attacks and racist incidents in Rotherham against innocent people who had nothing to do with that incident in Rotherham. This is why we should be concerned, because you're fueling violence. And here's the thing, if you fuel violence against this, you know, community, and guess what? There are going to be small parts of that community who then become easy to radicalise, who start listening to ISIS thinking, you know what, ISIS has got a point. They are right, the Westerners hate us, so I'm going to, you know, take out my hate on these Westerners. And that's how you get terrorist attacks. Extremists just feed extremists. And Tommy is part of the problem, because he claims he hates all, you know, paedophilia, rape, whatever, but he has a remarkable, shall we say, pinpoint accuracy to only focus on the Muslim communities in the UK. There have been two this week paedophile incidents in the national newspapers of paedophiles who have been convicted, both been white. I guarantee if one of them had been Muslim, guarantee Tommy would have been speaking about it from dusk till dawn. Now this brings us on to the latest incident, is that Tommy Robinson has got arrested. However, this is something that the right is doing at the moment, particularly this alt-right has a vast tendency to do. They report half-truths. Yes, Tommy Robinson has been arrested, but what for? Well, I'll tell you exactly what for. Tommy tried to take a live video camera into a court of law to record the faces of the people who were giving testimony, testimony, witness statements, on the stand for the defence. He tried to go in and take actual videographic stuff of this, and then his idea was he was going to publish it to the world. You cannot do that. That is illegal. You are not allowed to bring a video camera into a court of law to record proceedings. You are not allowed to do that. It is illegal. It is against the law. And this isn't a new law, by the way. This has been in place for years and years. You know, Tommy knows this. He knows this. And the only reason he's done it is to gain this bullshit attention he's got. Tommy Robinson broke the law. He is not a hero. He did this on purpose to get attention. And idiots believe it. But there you go. I've encountered, to be honest, doing these two videos, only one person who's been actually open to a proper talk about this. There was another guy who I thought was. Turns out he wasn't. All he was doing was parroting, again, what people like Tommy say, and then as soon as he ran out of his script, resorts to, you know, calling me names, traitor, whatever. I don't give a damn. But you have to ask yourself this question: where is this all going to go? I'll tell you now, it is going to end up in violent action against Muslim communities. And don't say, oh no, this hasn't happened. It has happened. Happened after Rotherham. And it's very likely, if Tommy decides to continue on this track, this is only going to increase. Now, I said this might be the last video, but I might do more. I don't know. Depends to see if I think it's worth doing videos or not on him. Because, to be honest, I've said pretty much all there is to be said about him in 3 videos. You know, he's spreading fear, he's spreading hatred, he's telling half-truths, and people are lapping it up because it, you know, feeds into some pre-existing fear they've already have about, you know, other people of other races or religions. So, and that's it. There's nothing more I can really say. You can only help yourself by basically not listening to Tommy. You know, unsubscribe from his channel, unsubscribe from his Twitter feed for a month, and I guarantee you will feel a lot better. Because he is dog whistling any incident that happens with someone from the Muslim faith. But, you know, you try telling people this and you point out these arguments and then you get called a traitor and, you know, what. But it's just stupid. It's ridiculous. And these people who are doing this are so afraid, and basically the hate has turned to almost bordering on hatred. And this is where, as I said, we need to be worried, because what if these people decide to act out on their hatred? They'll go attack Muslims, they might burn down a mosque, they might even commit murder. That is where my concern comes from. Because people like Tommy Robinson are not increasing awareness. They are spreading hatred and fear irresponsibly. And this is going to have a violent backlash. So, that's it. So that's probably my last video on Tommy Robinson. At least maybe for a while. I've got far better and bigger fish to fry in the alternative health community who are currently, you know, doing actual harm to people. As of yet, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We might return to him. Maybe. But at least not for now. Because I'm fed up of dealing with his supporters. Because some of them are just complete idiots of the highest calibre.